Lee, you've got your Mr. Wright. Ben Wright joined from Eastleigh. That's a great signing for the club, isn't it?
Yeah, good signing. Ben's got good experience. Obviously, at this level, his goal scoring record is fantastic as well, and you know, he's a local lad as well, and he's living in Basingstoke. So yeah, I'm pleased with the signing, and hopefully he can bring the goals we've missed in recent weeks to the team.
It's been a bit of a goal-shy Hawks. There's only been 3 goals in the past 5 games for the Hawks. Is that part of the reason why Ben Wright has signed for Havant and Waterlooville?
Yeah. I think you know, we've made chances and we haven't taken them, and you know, I want us to be at the right end of the table. And this time, it's crucial that we stay with the pack and don't get sort of too far behind them. And Ben coming in will give us a better chance of doing so, I think.
And obviously, we know Alan Connell's still yet to score for the Hawks. We've talked about it a few times. How's Alan's mindset been in the goalless periods that he's had?
Yeah, he's got to be strong. You know, he would have been through these spells before in his career, where he hasn't scored for a while, and you've got to continue to do the right things and keep trying to get chances, not be scared of missing chances and hiding it. And he won't. He's a good lad, and he's a good player, and he just when it drops in, I'm convinced that he will go and score a lot of goals for the club.
And we're on to Eastbourne today. What have you made of them so far this season?
I went down to watch them a couple of weeks ago against Hayes and Yeading, and a good side, you know, free-flowing football, some really experience in their team, and an old favourite here from Simpemba. You know, he's an old wiry fox, Simpemba, who knows the game at this level very well, and you know, there'll be a threat set plays because of him and a couple of others, but also a good footballing team.
It is in the form table 2 mid-table sides. So the Havant and Waterlooville lying 14th in the form table, Eastbourne lying 15th. So it's fair to say that today is a must-win game for the Hawks.
Yeah, well, I think we obviously try and win every game we go into, especially at home games. It's really important that we try and get 3 points today, and you know, if we do so, then you know, we're sort of getting in around the top pack. If we don't, then we're still not too far off. But you know, we'll go out and give it our best shot, that's for sure.
There's been a lot of guessing within the past few days of what your starting lineup is going to be. Still don't know. So Lee, over to you for the Havant and Waterlooville team for today against Eastbourne.
Ryan Young in goal, captain. Right back Dan Strugnall, centre halves of Dutton and Harris. Left back Warren Cummins, and then we've got Perry Ryan, Stocky and Donna's in the middle of the pitch with Ben out on the right, and then we've got Ben Wright and Bradley Bubb up front.
Brilliant. Well, Lee, best of luck. We'll speak with you afterwards.
Cheers.
Hope we get a win.
Thank you.
The Borough and the Hawks. Just a reminder, after the handshakes, there will be a moment for a photograph to be taken commemorating the 2014 Christmas truce, 1914 Christmas truce. Come back in. Only Eastbourne Borough after 85 minutes by some Darren.
League today, the Hawks have won in the Vanarama Conference South. They're up to 5th in the Vanarama Conference South. How do you feel after today's game?
No, really pleased. I think the way we started the game was a bit disappointing, but I think their shape did hurt us in the first 10-15 minutes really, so we had to change, and really pleased with the players. They adapted very well to what I asked them to do, and we ended up getting a couple of good chances out of it, and then scored a couple of good goals. I'm pleased with the two strikers today to score.
I've got to ask you, I think I know what the answer is going to be. Bradley Bubb's goal from us, we've seen the replay, it was offside. What was your view on it?
I haven't seen it back yet, so I'm not sure. I'd have to have a look, but if it's offside, Lee, you said it's offside, so it's offside. But you know, we've had a lot of decisions gone against us recently. We've gone over to Gosport last week and had a couple of bad ones go against us there. It's swings and roundabouts, I suppose. But no, at the end of the day, we've done a good job today. We've gone out and played some really good football and beat a good team.
That second goal was the chip from Donnelly. The keeper's obviously decided to try and save it instead of waiting for the rebound, and Ben Wright's in the right place at the right time. Fantastic goal.
Yeah, no, good vision from Scott Donnelly, and he's got real soft feet around the edge of the box. He can do that. We've seen him score a lot of good goals from distance, and just Ben Wright was on the move, anticipated where the ball was going to drop, and end up scoring the winner on his debut. So it's a good start for him. And
Ben Wright's obviously a new signing. Quite simply, why is he here at Havant and Waterlooville?
Well, I think because obviously I think he's a good player and he can bring goals to the team, as he proved today. He's a target man and wants to get the ball to feet. He knows this level and done very well at it, and he'll bring that into the team as long as he stays fit. I think we'll have a good player on our hands.
And in the the Eastbourne goal, what particularly disappointed you about Darren Locke's finish?
I think we just got caught ball watching a couple of occasions and the build up to the goal. But he is sharp. You know, he's come on and hurt teams recently. Looking back at the previous games, he comes on and does well, and that's probably why he's coming off the bench, because he does come in, and when he's fresh and he's quick and he's sharp and he hurts teams, and he done that today, and you give him a bit of credit for that. And
you asked to plead with Bradley Bubbs. He's got his first goal in 9 games. That drought's over. Must be really pleased for the lads.
Brilliant for the two strikers today. You know, we haven't scored enough goals recently, and today both strikers have scored and won us the game, so they've done their jobs today.
And we're back up to 5th in the Vanarama Conference South. We're in the playoff zone now. Surely that's where you're going to want to be come the end of the season, if not league leaders.
Of course, you want to come as high as you can, but you know, we've got to be realistic at the same time. I think a few decisions went for us today. You know, it's tight up there between us, Gosport and Whitehall, all on the same points. We've got a couple of games in hand on a couple of teams above us, so it's early days. We're in the mix at the moment, and we want to stay there as long as we can.
And it's a break from the league next week with our old friends from Weymouth. They won against Banbury today with a 90th minute goal. It's going to be a tough test next week against Weymouth in Dorset, isn't it?
Very much so, yeah. No, they're a good side. There's 16 games now. They've won 12, drawn 2, lost 2, and haven't lost at home all season. So you know, it's going to be a tough game. We've got to be under no illusions that it's not going to go down there, turn up and win. It doesn't happen like that. They've got some good players that have played at a good level, and they have a good fan base down there as well. So we've really got to be at our best next week to get a win.
Well, congratulations on the win today, Liam. Sure, the Hawks fans will be very happy watching us back. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
So Hawks FM with 5th new manager Tommy Widrington. Tommy, your team have lost 2-1. It really hinged on that offside decision. We've seen the replays. I'm a Hawks fan. That was offside.
Well, I'm pleased you said that, because at the end of the day, I mean, I was almost level with the incident. I would like to think the linesman on the opposite side to me was in line with it. And the only thing I can say is if he didn't think Ben Wright's got a touch, then he might have a case for not giving an offside. But in fact, if you look at it, Bradley's offside when the ball's left the wide area, and he's offside even further when it touches Ben's head. He's done his job, mind. He's took it in the net, which we can't moan about. And I don't like talking about referees that much, but when they have that big an influence in a game, it's difficult to swallow. and there was even an instant for the second goal that we've got a free kick 25-30 yards from your goal. We've gone to take it twice quickly, and he wouldn't let us take it quickly because we were a couple of yards away. But the reason we're a couple of yards away is because one of the Havant lads is standing on the ball. So, it is frustrating. If we'd have scored the goal that we did get, maybe 10 minutes earlier, I think we might have pushed you for a draw. But we've got to lick our wounds, go away with our tail between our legs today because you've beaten us. But deep down, I know that we didn't do a lot wrong today, and I thought we should have maintained our unbeaten away run, which has been great because we haven't been beaten away from home since the beginning of September.
Well, Richard Paquette and Gavin McCallum were subs at half time. We in the press box were a little bit surprised about it because they looked so impressive. What was the reason of the substitution at half time?
I just felt I needed a bit more energy, a bit more mobility, and a bit more team ethic when we didn't have the ball. I thought, if you want, in plain terms, I thought Ben Wright and Bradley Bubb worked harder off the ball than my two did, and I let them know that. So, at the end of the day, I want lads who are going to work their socks off to the point where they can't walk, as one or two of the Havant lads did at the end of the game. So, I was pleased with what happened in the second half, and like I said to the boys, we were beaten 2-0 in the first half. We've ended up winning the second half 1-0, and but for the maybe he's a little fortunate at times. We've hit the goalkeeper two or three times from inside the 6-yard box, and I think we could have went away with all 3 points. But we've got to take it on the chin, like I said, and move on to the next game.
Do you feel that's going to be a wake-up call for everyone at the club, the fact that you've made the 2 changes, you're not afraid to make changes?
I'm not afraid to make changes. I'll make changes in the first half if it doesn't work, and sometimes it's tactical, sometimes it's physical. At the end of the day, that's the job as a manager. I make no bones about being any of their friends. I'm the manager, and at the end of the day, if I've got to make a decision I think benefits the team, and I'll do that. Today I was proven right because we were more positive in the second half, and we went and got a goal.
And that defeat obviously leaves Eastbourne outside the playoffs. What's the overall aim for everyone at Langley Sports Club this season?
Yeah, well, I've always said, whilst I'm a manager of any football club, I want to progress season on season. At the end of the day, from when I took over till now, we've definitely improved. We've certainly decreased the age of the squad, really reduced the expenditure we have as a football club. But that said, I think we're playing better football than we ever have. So it's frustrating not to get. Sometimes you just rewards or just desserts, but we'll keep plugging away. We know where we want to get to. We finished, I think, 12th last year. If we finish above 12th, it means we'll probably finish in the top 10. If we do that, we'll not be that far away from where everybody else wants to be.
Well, Tommy, commiserations today. Best of luck for the rest of the season. We'll speak to you later on in the season when we come to you.
Enjoy that. Thanks a lot.